You know who I don't want as a sponsor? Sbarro. So we're gonna pass on that if it ever happens. I'm not interested in Sbarro pizza.
Sbarro Pizza, located at every mall near you. Italian.
Hey, you know who I do want for a sponsor is Jimmy's Pizza.
Jimmy's Pizza Cafe?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I love that
It's
place.
the best.
Why don't you guys ever take me to these cool places? Is it because I get mad at everybody all the time?
Possibly.
This week we discuss our trip to Beer Under Glass and Illinois Craft Beer Week. This is episode 82 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Molten Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Molten Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
and celebrating a Tampa Bay Lightning Game 7 victory.
Oh, Danny. I thought you were in the same way.
Oh, man, that was it. That's all you got. It's a very short,
Wait, did we talk about this? Dan, are you a hockey fan or no?
I am a playoff hockey fan.
Yeah.
We actually went to a Blackhawks Lightning game this season, but I'm not. It's probably, I don't even know, fourth or fifth in terms of like sports that I would watch.
Oh, hockey. It's hockey and football for me. That's all I pretty much am interested in.
I'm
Less
definitely
football
like
than hockey.
soccer, football, baseball, and then probably basketball, hockey kind of tied for 4 or 5.
Yeah, I really try to watch baseball. I love going to games, but like just watching it on TV sometimes, it's just like,
Yeah, I played it growing up. So I'm
I
like,
did too. I like having baseball on in the background. I like going to baseball games. Like if a baseball game's on, I'll probably like kind of pay attention, but I'm not really going out of my way to watch a game.
I think I like watching football more now that I'm not working for the Bears games anymore.
You used to work for the Bears games?
Yeah, I did. I worked for a company that did security for them. And like the last couple of years I was there, I was in a group where we basically controlled all the wheelchairs, and I was a dispatcher, and I just basically sat in a room with the TV and got to watch the game. And all of my guys with wheelchairs out there would have radios, and like they would tell me where they're going, where they're dropping off patrons. And my job was basically to keep a list of where everybody with a wheelchair was in the entire stadium.
Oh,
And
That's a big brother.
in the event of an emergency evacuation, we knew where everybody was that needed assistance getting out.
oh, that's cool.
And then we also picked them up at the end of the game. So
Now I feel like an asshole making fun of me.
Yeah, way to go, Dan.
yeah, but when I first started there, I was actually just doing. I was pushing the wheelchairs, and I had there was a day I had a retired military vet that got honored on the field. So I literally spent the game on the field with this guy just sitting in my wheelchair, and I just hung out there. And then like I would work the VIP doors sometimes. And like I remember it was the first year after the Blackhawks won the first Stanley Cup championship. It was Patrick Kane and what's his name?
Taves?
Yeah. They came through, they were hammered drunk. And like somebody was just ushering them through the door, and I was just like, "Hey guys," and they're like, "Ugh." Just kept going. I was like,
Did Patrick Kane punch a cabbie before?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, people make mistakes.
That's the episode.
Actually, I wanted to redo Dan's intro. An insensitive wheelchair hater.
I was making fun of Big Brother.
I know.
For
I still like mine. I think insensitive wheelchair hater is even better. He hates people with disabilities. No, I'm joking. He does not. Don't ever. Someone's going to take that out of context. And good thing Clark's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing Clark's not here. He would just be so mad at you right now.
Go in on. Oh, I thought you were just going to say he would join in.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, we're not here to talk about one of Brandon's many old jobs. This is the start. Well, as of today, we are on day 1, 2, 3, 4 of Illinois Craft Beer Week, and that's because Dan, I know I just saw you do the math we're recording this, you know.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking.
I know it's okay. It is 9:30 on a Saturday night.
I just made you guys look behind the curtain. Sorry.
Yeah, guess what, guys? We didn't record this Monday morning. But yeah, it's the fourth day of Illinois Craft Beer Week, and I've always enjoyed Illinois Craft Beer Week because of all the different events that go on, and we'll get into some of the things that are happening this week as we go through this episode, because that's what it's about. But we thought it'd be fun to talk about this. Well, originally we did plan to talk about Illinois Craft Beer Week, regardless of what has transpired prior to this recording. We thought we'd buy some random, Illinois craft beers to talk about, which, by the way, are you guys drinking anything tonight?
I haven't opened it yet. I thought we were waiting.
No, that's all right. I mean, what about you, Brandon? Are you drinking anything from an Illinois craft brewery? Yeah, your own. Nice.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, I know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
Cross of Gold.
Cross of Gold, yeah.
Oh, nice. Went with Revolution. Very nice. Very nice. Dan,
but I also have this. I took this out as a
maybe second beer.
Yeah.
What is that?
The
Shamrock Shake from Short Fuse.
Oh, they also call it Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not what. Never mind. I was thinking that's what Goose called it.
No,
did you already get your drink Illinois glass? Look at you. Where did you get your glass from? That was one of the things I was going to talk about. Keep the pint glass.
Pilot project.
Oh, nice. Right on.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So what are you drinking?
So I wanted to go outside of Chicago because I figured we're kind of like Chicago centric.
Yeah.
I picked this up on a work trip. It is from Buzz Bomb Brewing, which is in Springfield, Illinois, the capital. Mm-hmm. And it is Arrowroot Honey Oatmeal Stout. Arrowroot is a coffee roastery. And so it's a honey oatmeal stout with coffee added. 10% ABV.
I'm on my way. Save me some.
It says it was actually the coffee beans were aged in rum barrels. We'll see if that comes through.
What? I want to drink some.
I think I have an extra. I think I have one more.
Yay! Let's do it.
This Cross of Gold is delicious.
Yeah, Cross of Gold. That was a good choice. It's funny because I was gonna go out of Chicago, but then I realized I didn't have time. My mom's in town. I did some cleaning today. I picked her up from the airport. Then we came home and had to eat pizza. So I went into my fridge. Brandon, sorry, I'm not sharing this with you anymore, but it's okay because I'm gonna get a different 4-pack this week. I'm doing Death by Raspberries. Yeah, Death by Raspberries. It's all right, Brandon. I'm sorry.
I'm not disappointed.
I know. I figured as much. I did. It's okay. But yeah, Revolution's Death by Raspberries.
I've got more than enough beer to care about.
I know. But I'm still holding the strawberry jacket for us to drink.
Brandon probably has like 6 of those in his closet and doesn't.
No, I don't.
He doesn't. That's why that's why I was saving it. But I'm gonna do
maybe Clark has one.
I believe he does. I think so. Clark apparently has so many Revolution beers that
he won't buy anymore.
He didn't want to split the 4-pack that I'm planning on getting this Thursday. They're doing their library. The library thing with the mystery Deep Woods 4-pack. So I'm going to grab that in hopes that I get some. I know I can't imagine. There's not many beers of those that I don't like.
How much is it?
It's $40 for 4 cans. Dating back to 2018, I believe. So $10 a can.
Yeah, I mean, but that's normal. That's
for the bigger ones, the variants.
But it was just D-Star. D-Star is probably like 25 or something. 25,
like 25. Yeah, $25.
But I mean, if you're gonna get some decent like
vintage.
I mean, I'd pay the 40 for it.
Well, I guarantee you that you guys will probably have 1 or 2 of those with you. So
I was just gonna say I was debating if I wanted to say, hey, I'll split with you, but then I didn't know if you would want to, but we can
discuss it off. We can discuss that off, Mike, if you want. We'll see. Or if anybody wants to meet me and my mom there, I'm dragging her.
You muling your mom?
Yeah, Mom, I need you to buy one of these for me. I'm making. I wish everybody could see Brandon with the cool sunglasses that he got yesterday, because what did we do last night, Brandon? What did you and I do without Dan, without Clark? Because they had to hang out with their kids.
Wait, you did this on Sunday night?
Shut up, Dan.
We took the Metro for the first time in a long time.
Friday.
And we took that Metro to Chicago Union Station, where we enjoyed Beer Under Glass 2022. because we were lucky enough. Thank you to Joe from Dry Hop Corridor Crushed by Giants. He reached out to the Illinois Craft Brewers Guild on our behalf and said, "Hey, these malting guys, or malting hour guys.
I like the malting guys.
These malting guys, they're good dudes. They're good dudes." And we received a lovely email from Kristen the morning of, so Friday morning, inviting us out, actually inviting all four of us. So we did not purposely leave Dan and Clark to the wayside. They were invited.
I have a newborn at home.
We just told them today that they were invited after the fact.
Yeah, we had tickets for you guys. We don't know why you didn't show up. It's weird. You didn't get our texts?
Yeah, but so we have a post that went up, kind of just a quick review. We definitely did not stop at every place because there was a lot of breweries there.
A lot. It was insane.
And as Tony and I discussed, this was our first beer fest in quite a while. So we actually got to the point where we were just both getting pours and then just sharing each other's things. So we weren't like literally just each getting, because they were very generous pours, I will say.
They were nice taster, full taster pours. They were full pours.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to dump at something. It's got
that's what Brandon told me, except if I already said in my check-ins, I didn't have a bad beer there.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't. It's not. I'm not trying to blow smoke up any of the brewers' asses there, but maybe I just chose the right beers that I wanted. Like as far as like this sounds good to me. And it just happened to work out.
That that peanut butter and jelly mead, ridiculous.
Was that from Pips or something, or what was that from?
Yeah, hold on, let me check.
It's a good question. I forgot what the other one was that he had me try too. It was basically it was like a second runnings, or no, it's the second use of black currants. It was a mead that with currants were used the second time.
Yep,
and that was also very good.
That was called mellow currants.
There it is. And the peanut butter and jelly one, I smelled it in Brandon's glass, and it didn't just smell like there's peanut butter and there's jelly. It smelled like an actual peanut butter and jelly sandwich, like bread and stuff. Like it was.
That's weird. I feel like you get that in beer, but to get that in mead
it was super fucking impressive. Like, and the guy, we didn't even go to stop there, and I happened to be looking at the shirts that I didn't end up getting. That were.
Well, you were looking at the shirts, and I said, "Ooh, mead," and I turned my head, and he was okay. He's like,
he like made a face.
He's like, "Why aren't you stopping?" And I was like, "Okay."
He's like, "Hey, come over here."
But I will say, so it was Misbehaving Meads.
Oh, yeah.
They're based out of Valparaiso, Indiana. Didn't they? I swear he said they had a connection to Illinois originally, and they had just relocated.
Yes,
or recently
they're distributed. So I'm not sure what they're. I mean, obviously with being Illinois Craft Beer Week, it's weird that someone from Indiana, but there was some sort of connection there that at that point I was just still trying to make sense of what people were saying.
Well, and even like the whole thing with Indiana, there's a very strong connection with Three Floyds, where they all the time in craft beer weeks, of Illinois craft beer weeks in the past, like Three Floyds has been prominently represented in a lot of places. So,
but so we started off with obviously what made the most sense. Go visit Joe over at the Corridor Dry Hop Crushed by Giants, area, which it's funny because all the other like Illinois breweries were kind of spread out, and then they put Chicago in like this little cramped area. It was funny because it just seemed like you guys all know each other. You're behind tables with each other. There you go. Like it probably was pretty cool for everybody. I guess they all know each other, and it's kind of a party for them as well. And we were gonna try and take it easy. At least that was my plan. So I had 2 samples of the My Box that they had there, which were pretty good. And I know that doesn't sound like taking it easy, but I wasn't trying to go full like barrel aged beers.
Yeah.
I went with
if we're going to be
I went with a 7.6 My Box. Oh yeah, that's right.
Our first stop was the Microphone Goose Island barrels that they had set right up front. And Tony and I both had that previously, but we decided
humble brag.
It was our second time trying it.
You know what's so funny about that? Microphone posted about it, and I commented, or either Microphone did or Mike did on his personal page, and I commented, I'm like, dude, both of those beers were fantastic. And some guy's like, how did you get to try it? And I was like, well, I got invited to a media event at Goose Island, and they shared it with me. And it was like radio silence.
Yeah, we're just flexing this whole year. This is what we're doing. We're gonna flex it. No, just joking.
Hey, but the whole point is like, if we're trying the beers, I'm gonna tell people if I like it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And you and
influencing.
Exactly. We're influencers now, I think. Not really. We decided that we didn't try them both. Brandon tried the stout, and I had the barley wine, and that was it. That's where we started. Yep. So we had pours of that, and then went to talk to Joe, and thank him. Then thank him, of course. So that was cool. We ended up starting there with some My Box, and then we were trying to. It was almost overwhelming. I didn't want to stay in the Chicago area too much because constantly.
I was just gonna say, so I wanted to go back to the post here. Over 125 brewers.
Yeah,
that's absurd. You just said the overwhelming, so like maybe it was a good jumping in point.
Yeah, no. I mean, thanks for stressing that. I mean, like there was a lot, and to be able to, I wanted to try either places that I've heard of and haven't tried yet, or ones I haven't heard of at all. And I think I did pretty well at that. Like there was some that I hadn't tried before, and then some I've maybe had in the past, but just wanted to try again to see how it is. One of the beers that I said I wasn't going to try because I said I've had it before was Vanilla Death from Revolution, and I fucking got a pour of it.
As soon as we were writing your rev, you're like, I got to get Vanilla Death.
Yeah, well, and I did, because I'm glad I did, because honestly, to me, it tasted better on tap than when I had it in a can. Like I liked it more. I bumped up the rating.
Could have been the 47 other beers you had before it, but
Dan.
I don't even think that was even that late in.
It's not like I went from like drinking a bunch of beer to being like, oh, I'm going to try this piece of Sbarro's pizza. Oh my God, it's the best pizza I ever had. That's not how it works with beer. You would think my palate would be like blown out by that point to be, I'm going to try this Vanilla Death, and I don't like it.
That's true.
Hey man, there's times in my life where I've been very hungry, and that Sbarro pizza is the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
You know who I don't want as a sponsor? Sbarro. So we're going to pass on that if it ever happens. I'm not interested in Sbarro Pizza.
Sbarro Pizza, located at every mall near you. Italian.
Hey, you know who I do want for a sponsor is Jimmy's Pizza.
Jimmy's Pizza Cafe?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I love that place.
The best.
Why don't you guys ever take me to these cool places? Is it because I get mad at everybody all the time?
Possibly.
No, they just moved. They were like a tiny little shop that they just moved. We'll have to sometime.
Yeah, dude, they were literally
they're on a corner
4 blocks away. So 4 blocks from my condo, where Becca and I used to live. And now they moved to Montrose, basically Montrose and Western. So like right where Benjamin's swim school and school is, like, and then where Foster goes, or Dan's kid goes to school. Like we can literally, like, coming back home, just whoop go, and we've done that a couple of times already. It's like we go to swim class, Becca puts in the order, and then like swim class is over, go pick it up, take it home. Mm-hmm. And it's legit New York style pizza that like is good. Like I've been to
New Yorkers that I've talked to are like, that's like the place. They won't admit that it's as good, but that's like the place that they say.
I've been to New York a handful of times for work, and I may or may not have gone to places and drank beverages that disorient me in various ways, and may or may not have made it a personal mission to stop at every place that sold a slice on my way back to my hotel, which was like a 10-block walk. I think once I had like 6 slices of pizza on my way back. That's awesome. And the Jimmy's is better.
So if you guys want to try and get an autograph from Dan or Brandon, go to Jimmy's over there by Montrose, and any weekday they're probably in there grabbing a slice or a whole pie, baby.
Yeah, so that's the cool thing. They do slices too, so you can like walk up to the counter and grab a slice.
Yeah,
and awesome. They also do beignets.
Yeah, they do beignets.
Yeah,
really good white pizza and really good quattro fungi if you like mushrooms.
I don't. I
Coming
kind
from
of
a
like
vegetarian.
Tony is
Those
not
are
a
the-
fun guy. Jimmy's was actually one of the stops on our pizza trolley that we did. One of the trolleys that we do with Pat. We did a pizza trolley one year, and Jimmy's was on that list.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of beignets were had, and everyone. We didn't order like a pizza to like take on the bus on the trolley with that one. And that one was just go in and buy a slice, and we did, and it was delicious.
And a pizza tries. It sounds overwhelming. Speaking of pizza, we had pizza tonight for dinner, and they messed up our order. But
Easy Street?
No. It was Super Rosa. And
Oh,
I had a taste for
Super Rosa, Sabaro's big brother.
Sabaro wishes that was their big brother.
Yeah,
Then
right.
they know how to make a good slice of pizza. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
hey.
I used to just get the stromboli from.
There
You guys
go.
ever go to?
Anyway.
Did you guys ever go to Joe's before?
Joe.
It's like I think it's called Joe's.
Is it on
sorry,
Higgins?
Sorry, this has turned into the
Joe's on Higgins?
Yeah, Joe's on Higgins.
Yeah.
So, fun
That
fact
makes
about
sense.
Joe's on Higgins.
Welcome to the pizza hour, by the way.
The
I was
old,
gonna say.
the old Fishman.
Fuck Illinois Craft Beer Week.
The old Fishmans, when they were at Lawrence and Milwaukee, they used to get frozen pizzas, and those pizzas came from Joe's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would make them, freeze them.
I
and
loved
yeah.
those pizzas.
Yeah, those were
Fishman's.
really
Those
good.
are so good.
I mean, I was gonna say for like, I don't know, for not being Jimmy's, it's pretty good.
For not being Jimmy's, go to Joe's. Anyways, the pizza, the pizza that we ordered, we were like, my mom's and we normally do some type of pizza. And you know, my mom, I grew up.
You didn't
where
get your mom Jimmy's. Do you hate her?
I do. The fuck does she want New York style pizza? She's back at home. You know, she wants New York style pizza. When she goes up to New York with my stepdad, they'll go get a New York slice. But we go to Super Rosa because
Valid
that's
point.
the neighborhood we live in. And so we did pepperoni. We're a pepperoni family, and we get all our stuff. We get the pizza. We open it up, and it is
Mushroom?
yeah, I would like fuck this, send it back. It is 3/4 cheese, 1/4 sausage and jalapenos.
So not even
Like-
close.
Like it was, yeah, not even close. And it's like it was the bottom corner of it, and it was so weird. I've never seen a pizza made like that, where it was like so just such a. I should have taken a picture, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And all three of my mom doesn't like spicy stuff. She's like, "Well, I'll just eat the cheese." And I'm like, "Well, do I call him and tell him because someone's about to get like a pepperoni pizza?" But then Laura and I were both like, "With sausage and jalapeno does sound really good."
I was gonna say I would not be mad at that.
I'm not.
Yeah.
And they have, for all the meat that Laura and I have cut out of our diet. Unfortunately, now sausage and jalapeno might be the next time I order pizza. It was really good. So if you guys want to experiment with some, toppings, sausage and jalapeno is the way to go. I will also recommend jalapeno and pineapple. It is a great
Ooh, that
combination.
sounds good.
Very
You know what
tasty.
else is good? Is
like pineapple
banana
on pizza.
peppers.
I do too.
Oh yeah,
Banana peppers on Jets
Oh man.
pizza.
Oh,
That's
so,
like a
Yeah.
junk food
so you said Jets Pizza?
yeah.
with banana peppers.
So that was
specifically.
our original order, and we were lazy and we were using Grubhub like morons. And I got all the way through my order because I was craving that like a Detroit style crust. And I was ready to process, and all of a sudden it pops up and says, sorry, this company or this restaurant cannot complete orders right now. I was like, well, that sucks. So- But the plus side is sausage and jalapeno. There we go.
Yeah.
Back to Illinois Craft Beer Week.
Yeah. I do have a question.
Good.
I have a question for you
Yeah,
guys to get
yeah.
us back on track here.
Sure.
Did the breweries kind of have like stuff they normally have, or was there like like special one-offs, or like what was the deal with that?
I feel like it was a mixed bag.
Yeah.
There were a lot of there were some breweries that had like the what is it, dry hop quarter and crushed by giants. They did have, I think, a flagship beer or two
Mhm.
on tap, but then they also had 2 Maibachs, 2 of the breweries. But then like we walked by Goose Island and they had 14, and I think this year's prop,
Yep.
and then last
Wait,
year's
they had
prop.
14's prop.
No. 14, just the 14
Oh,
from
okay,
Bourbon
I got
County
you.
last year. Sorry. And then prop from last year as well. But it also looked like they were pouring, was that birthday or anniversary? That was birthday.
Yeah, it looked like birthday.
Well, and it was their 34th birthday that day as well. So they were pouring bottles. They had a bottle of birthday out that they were pouring. I think that was birthday. Sorry, I'm turning around and looking back at the box that I had with it, which was the box that they were pouring from. I can't tell. Anyways, so they had that, and like who else? I'm trying to think of who else had beers that were like there was definitely a lot of barrel aged beers.
Brickstone had some good stuff.
Yeah, Brickstone. So Brickstone, they were pouring. Oh shit, I had the picture of what it was. The beer that honestly, oh yeah, here it is. Like they had the Cosmic Hop Screamer, which, if I'm not mistaken, isn't that one of their newer ones?
Yeah.
And they were.
I think that's the one where they use the Omega.
Oh yeah, the Omega yeast. Is it? Yeah, that is the one. So yeah, they had Cosmic Hop Screamer. I wish I would have read that.
Cosmic Punch or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So they did the Cosmic Hop Screamer. They also had Dark Secret, and then they had their latest milkshake IPA, which had orange or guava. Man, I forget everything that was in it, and I can't zoom in on the picture, but I had to look it up. I know there's orange and guava in it, if I'm not mistaken.
It was good though.
Yeah, it was really good. And then one beer that, by the way, isn't on Untapped because I checked it. I'm the first person to check it in because I had to create it. Was 6 a.m.
Oh yeah,
which is the one that Brandon got. That one was one of my favorite beers. That was it was collaboration between Connect Roasters and Brickstone. It's a salted caramel chocolate coffee imperial stout.
That was
you
awesome.
could really taste the caramel in there. Like it was really good. That one was one of my favorite beers.
And and just to not that we need to like kiss Tommy's ass, but like I'm just always impressed with like
we do.
I'm just super impressed with like the random stuff that they come up with, like these these combinations and the way they try different stuff. Like phenomenal use of everything. Like I didn't, and then we went back into the into the Brewers Lounge, and I think we were drinking APA and some other stuff, and I had some APAs at dinner today over at the Windsor Tavern.
I saw that. I saw
some chicken wings, and yeah, I don't think there's been a Brickstone beer that I've ever had that I was just like.
Windsor has a Brickstone.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, they had
none of there.
Let me see. So I actually have their tap list. So and I don't think they're doing anything special for Craft Beer Week, but they had a Founders IPA, Spiteful Alley Time Pills. They had Neon Beer Hug.
Oh,
Breckenridge Shandy. Stella. Brickstone APA. Unfortunately, they spelled it Brickstone.
Did they really call Alley Time a pills?
Is that what it says? Spiteful Alley Time Pills. Yeah.
Isn't it an IPA?
I think so.
It's a pale.
Oh, it's a pale. Yeah. Someone's gonna be really upset if they get that beer.
Lake Effect Ale.
Ah, yes, the old Lake Effect Ale.
So I don't know what that is, but I was wondering, they had not the OLV. They had another one. Maybe it was OLV.
Probably was. That makes sense. Our Lady of Victory, because that's just like a golden or a Kolsch or a golden ale.
They had Surly Tart Ale.
Spending a lot of time on this tap list.
Well, I mean, actually, it's except for the Breckenridge, it's all Breckenridge and Founders. It's all Illinois breweries. They had the LaGros Pale Ale, Ravinia IPA, and Rev Pale Ale.
I've the good old Rev Pale Ale.
Yeah, I'm like
the Fifth City, I guess.
Probably, I would think.
I wanted to. So one of the. I mean, I just opened up an app on accident on my computer. I'm not trying to audit Edio. All right, audit
Edio. Yeah.
Ooh, boy, this Death by Raspberries. I'm really going through it. But one of the breweries that I had never tried anything from was Tangled Roots, and what I had from them was their bourbon barrel aged Black Forest bedtime story black lager. That one, Brandon, I don't know if you remember that one. That one, it was 6% alcohol. It's a barrel aged beer. It was like drinking a sessionable, 6%, but when you think of a barrel aged beer, it's normally, higher in alcohol, but this was something that you got full barrel aged flavor from, while it's still being a easy to drink lager.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
a
I
black
remember that
lager.
one. Yeah.
So there's roastiness to it in the barrel, and I was really impressed with that. That was a really tasty beer. I was not expecting that.
I've had the regular version of that.
Really?
Yeah, so we've been there twice when we've gone to Starved Rock and like hit that on the way home, because it's like, I don't know, 20 minutes from Starved Rock towards Chicago. It's a pretty cool little place.
Thanks for
inviting us.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I think it was before I even knew you guys, but
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, man. You should have invited us. The show's been going strong for a while. Episode 1 has the most. It does not have the most listens. After that, we swung over by Little Beaver Brewing, which I never tried anything from. This is my first time.
Really?
This is my first time having.
Always got
anything from.
They're never mind. Well, I'll just say they always have like the craziest ingredients.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like,
okay to say that because
really like hype it up.
I had the
everything.
coconut cream pie double coconut.
Yeah,
that shit blew my mind.
That's what I'm saying. They always they do a ton of adjuncts, and it comes through. They're really good at it.
Yeah, it
tasted like coconut cream pie, dude.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird.
I had the cinnamon coconut coffee barrel aged stout, and that was fucking amazing, because it wasn't a cinnamon bomb, but it was like a lot of cinnamon in there, and the coffee was good, and you got the barrel. It was super cool, and I'm hoping that we end up talking to them, because
they were
one of the
beer.
Go ahead.
Their beer is really good at what they do. It's just like one of those things that I think shines best at like a festival pour level. Like, I don't know if I could do like
a full pour,
a 16-ounce can of something.
Sure.
It's just,
that would definitely be like
a
type of beer that, like that, what I had, that cinnamon coffee beer, the barrel aged beer, I would want to. Could I drink the whole thing? Probably.
It would take a while though.
Probably.
But you'd want to sit. That's a good fireside.
Yeah.
For like a couple hours.
It's a great beer to drink during the summer. No. No, I would love to share that beer. Actually, the one that Brandon had probably would be one you could drink one full pour of, but that would probably be it. You're right. I mean, they're good at what they do, and that's kind of why I hope we end up talking to them sometime in the near future.
It was so that coconut cream pie, like it was bordering on, like, once I got like through that, it was a 5-ounce pour or whatever. It was getting to the point where I was like, this is sweet. Like, I like it, but I'm like, I think like an 8-ounce pour would probably be, if that's how they served it, maybe they do like a 10-ounce tulip at the brewery or something. But yeah, 16 to 12 would be too much. Like 10 and below, I think, is like the perfect number for that.
I would fucking take bombers of those beers to the dome. You know what I mean? Like, I just
that's what it reminds me of.
There is a market for that.
Funky Buddha in Florida, they have like all those kind of like heavily adjuncted stuff, and they like used to only have bombers, and it was just always like so much.
I mean, there was a time when big beers just came in bombers, baby.
Yeah, man, that's how all the D stars used to come.
Oh man, I do like it when it was like that. Hey, let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and wrap up the rest of this review and talk about some other stuff that's going on this week in Illinois. Okay, does that sound good with you guys? You guys cool with that? You want to take a break?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta do a potty break. I can't believe I've already finished this Death by Raspberry.
What?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
And we're back.
Very, very chill. Very, very chill. Yeah, we're back. We're talking. Yeah. And where did you get those glasses from, Brandon?
Cruz Blanca.
Which was one of the beers I didn't talk about. Kind of skipped over that. I don't know why I did. That beer that I had from them was one that I saw on Instagram morning of. They were going to have a lager that was a tropical lager with pineapple and coconut, Coco Frio. Guess what? It's fucking delicious. I like lagers. I like any lager now. Yeah, man. This was the episode. This is the big reveal. I won't talk about not liking lagers anymore. I do like lagers. I just, prefer something to be going on with them, whether it be adjuncted or darker or seasonal. I'm not a huge fan of just, regular lagers. So, moving on in our quest here of trying to conquer this fest.
Just connecting some Illinois dots here. He used to be the head brewer at Goose Clybourne.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I can tell you some more about that off Myke here. That sounds like it's shady. It's not. Well, I can tell you more about that afterwards. Brandon, by the way, I opened up the Shamrock Shake as well.
Nice.
That's it's the only thing I had. Short fuse. I was going to save it for after the final pour. You guys will have to wait till next year. Next place we went to was a brewery that I want to visit, and I'd like to have them on the show. Is 93 Octane. And Brandon, you and I did you got there? What's up, Dan? You look like you want to say something.
No, they like brew out of a gas station, right?
I believe so. I believe it's an old gas station, or I don't even know if it's functioning. I don't think it's functioning. I hope it's not. They're cool guys. Brandon, did you get a beer from them?
I think I may have gotten the mango sour.
So you got the Wake and Bake mango sour diesel, which I found out this morning was a collaboration. And we have a picture of someone from 93 Octane, and I forget the other guy's name, but he's a big weed guy. Yeah, he's a big it was a collaboration with him, and he's got his own thing going on in Instagram. I think he works in television or some shit like that. And
you say he's a big weed guy?
Weed guy, man. He's a weed dude.
What I thought you said, but then you started talking about television, so I didn't know what you were talking.
Well, he's got it. I saw it. It came across my reels today on Instagram. I'm like, I fucking know that guy. He was working with 93 Octane, and then it was a reel of him being like, "Hey, come here and try my my collaboration with 93 Octane, the Wake and Bake mango sour diesel." I mean, sour diesel, that's a strain. Come on, guys. Anyways, I had the barrel age 20W-50 Imperial Stout because, I said I was going to take it easy. And then I went balls to the wall, big stouts for the rest of the night. That was really good. It was a solid Imperial Stout. Brandon, do you remember what the Wake and Bake tastes like?
Yeah, I just searched 93 Octane on Instagram and look at the picture that came up.
That's badass. I want to be that guy. Call me 93 Octane.
Yeah, if remembering correctly, the mango came through really well. And it wasn't like overly super sour. It was very well balanced. You got that tartness. Not from mangoes, because mangoes typically I don't think mangoes are tart. They're really juicy.
Tart.
But you got the juiciness of the mango, and then the tartness from it being a sour. So that played really well together.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, we needed to pee, because when you drink that much, you got to go to the bathroom, and we didn't know where to go, and we found out we go where the brewers go, and in there we took a little detour, we peed. And we grabbed a beer because there was beers to take. I think maybe for the brewers, not necessarily for us, but they're out in the coolers and they said we can have them. And I had chili cheese Fritos, but we tried the Little Dusty from More Brewing, and that was really good. Because when you're at a beer fest, you go and sit in another room and just drink canned beer. You're not.
That's how we roll, Bo.
Yeah. Another brewery that I wanted to hit up while we were there that I just heard about was Night Glow. Are you familiar with them, Dan?
No.
I don't know if you can see. Maybe I should try and show you the picture of what it looks like. Can and everything. Glow. Yeah. If anybody watches our reel that Brandon posted this weekend, you'll see this picture, I think, pop up. Their beers are interesting. There's a lot of.
Oh, so are they related to Dayglow Coffee?
I believe so.
I've heard of
if I'm
Dayglow
not mistaken.
Coffee.
Yeah. So the beer that I had, they are, because I had a coffee pale ale and it says notes of peach, berry, and how do you pronounce
Lychee.
it? Lychee. Thank you.
Some
Yeah, I was
people
gonna
say
say
lychee, but I
I was
was
gonna
in
say
China
lychee.
and people were calling it lychee. So I'm
Yeah, I think
going
it's
with
lychee. But yeah, so it was a really good coffee pale ale. I didn't know what I was getting into. I said, what should I try? I've never had any beers from you guys. And that's the one it's called Rare R01. So that was good. So that was cool to try from them. Then we stopped over at Revolution. Well, actually, Brandon, you stopped at Pipeworks. What did you get at Pipeworks, man?
Oh, yes. The Pipeworks was their barrel aged. It was just literally looking at the picture. And then it goes, the Coconut Phantom Unicorn barrel aged stout.
Oh, was that the collab with Benny's or was that something else? I might be mistaken. They did a collab with Benny's, or maybe it was like exclusive to Benny's.
It's possible, but that was very tasty. The coconut was prominent.
I don't think I tried that one from you.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah, because that was one of the ones
fuck.
we talked about. Like,
You're right. I did try it. Yes.
because we said like that's how you get coconut in a stout. Like they did a great job of getting that in there, and it was phenomenal.
It's good to hear that their barrel program's like on the comeback, because I know they had like infection issues and
all of their barrel aged beers that I've tried. And the other cool thing is that they're not making a big to do about each one that's being released. It's just they're just releasing them, and at least I'm not seeing like any like big noise about it. They're fucking awesome. Like, it's really good barrel aged.
And I've got to touch base because I got the first email. So, for those that don't know the history of Pipeworks, when they first started out, they did, I believe it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was.
And I donated to that, and donating to that let you become a friend with benefits. And the benefits were always when they had like exclusive beers coming out, you always got an email and you got first dibs to buy, which is how I have like a ton of I think I still have a few bottles of like old Pipeworks barrel aged stuff. Yeah, abductions.
You got some abductions, like, man. Bombers.
What was their series called again? Like Into the Woods or something? No,
I thought it was the abduction stuff, right?
No, well, the abduction stuff was like the stouts with like one adjunct in it or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I'm spacing on it right now, but yeah. So what I was gonna say is like, so I got, when they first released their barrel aged stuff again, I bought cans, and that's one of the ones Tony and I had when we went camping. We talked about it then, and then I think I have another one still around here somewhere, unless I randomly drank it. I know.
Tales from the Oak.
Oh yeah, Tales from the Oak. Yes. Yep. Got a couple of those laying around. But that being said, like I haven't been getting emails about like any of these newer ones, so I don't know. Like
I will. They do
accidentally unsubscribe.
Oh no!
Now I don't get.
Check your spam, baby. I will say that they do have some like random ones that just pop up at Benny's every now and then that I have grabbed one or two and tried. So we should probably just start grabbing those and drinking them. Let's see. So we did that. I had Vanilla Death from Revolution. Like I said, it was really good. I thought it was better on tap than when I had it in the can when I got it. The next place I got to try from was a place I had not heard of, Nick and Ivy, out in Lockport, and I had their vanilla cream ale. And you would think, Dan, I'm going to show you that you're wrong. That after having Vanilla Death, which I was like, man, that vanilla's right there. I had a vanilla cream ale, and guess what, Dan? I tasted the fucking vanilla.
Well, no, so I feel like I am a huge like anti-vanilla and IPA guy, but I feel like cream ales are like a perfect like canvas for.
Absolutely. There's already like the creaminess from it, like a corn type. It makes sense. It does make sense. And they did a really good job. I really liked it. It was called 1853. It's a vanilla cream ale. And I think I saw it just on tap. It was just called 1853 cream ale.
What brewery was that again?
Mick and Ivy, N-I-K and Ivy. Neither have I. They're out in Lockport. So they were cool. They were nice. we were going to make it into the pilot project room, which we didn't end up doing. So that was cool. They had like their own speakeasy and like with a picture of Brandon standing in front of the sign. I think we went back to the bathroom at that point.
Meaning to go back to there.
Bathroom.
No, I know what happened. We got distracted because I reached out to a fan.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Who we met up with. We met up with a fan of the show, and we went back over by the Cruz Blanca area, and that's where. Hi, Joe. Thank you for being a fan and listening, and hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Joe.
Enjoy the stickers and coaster, and keep listening, please. After this episode,
So yeah, did he reach out
to
to you guys, or did he just like see your shirt and was like, Brandon? I know.
No.
Brandon, is that you?
No, he hit up Tony.
Wait. What if someone saw Brandon, ran out to him and goes, and we're back?
Well, that's what I'll do. Next, if anyone ever pulls me out of a crowd. But Tony got reached out to on Untapped.
Joe became friends with me on Untapped, and I thought I explained this to him. I thought Joe was somebody that I knew through Brandon or somebody else. So I accepted it. Like, I don't really just follow anybody. And then it was put together. Like, we had a conversation Thursday night that he was a fan of the show. So I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh shit, people are actually listening to our end bumper that I put together so nicely to where to find us. So thank you, Joe.
Tony loves beer 69.
Yeah, at hotmail.com. Dan's no longer the number one fan. It now goes to Joe. Joe, welcome. You're the number one fan. Dan, you're just a side host now.
But
I'm just a clerk.
You're just a Clark Jr.
Reminder to Joe, I think, Tony, you did give him your business card. So hit him up. Like, we will get you a shirt.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. We need to send us your shirt size. We're going to send you a shirt, man. So thank you.
And your address.
Yeah. We also, so from there, I got a beer from, oh man, you guys.
Are you going through Untapped or what?
No, it's, I can't pronounce this. Let's see if you guys can see that. Is it coming in at all?
Stop shaking.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
Yeah,
All I see is the reflection of your.
Wait, down.
Okay. It's Casa HU.
Casa Humilde?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're in District Brew Yards. I just paired up one of their beers with Pinata.
Yeah, I think they were right next to Burnt City, so that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense. I had their horchata stout. And that was fucking really good.
Yeah, it's a house of like a humble house is like what it translates to.
Thanks, man. I don't know Spanish and I didn't want to butcher it. Okay. Not very good at that.
We're actually from so when I was reading about them, I'm blanking out what the neighborhood's called right now, but it's the neighborhood like just south of us if you keep going down Cicero. Not Belmont Cragen, but like
that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, no, it's like right around there. Hermosa?
Yeah. Hermosa is Hermosa. The place.
That's where they were like homebrewing out of Hermosa.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that beer was really good. And then we ended up hanging out back in the Brewers Lounge and talked to Matt from Old Irving, and we stood around and talked to him for a long time. Who else did we talk to in there, Brandon?
We talked to we saw Ray from Rabbit Brewing.
Yeah, that was fun. Talked to her for a while.
She came over and talked to us, and it was funny because I don't know the name of the woman that was pouring for them at the time. We did stop by Rabbit. And when we were walking by Rabbit, and I was like, you know what? I got to get something from Rabbit. So I walk over there, and the woman pouring looked at me and she goes, "You look like one of us." I was like, okay. And she's like,
it's true.
And I said, well, I'll take, she goes, no, give me your glass. I will decide for you. I was like, all right, cool. So I can't remember the name. I don't know if I took a picture, but it was like a mango, like it was a very fruit forward ale, and it was delicious. I need to find out the name of that because that was a really tasty beer, and I was glad that she kind of picked that one out because I'm very, like I would have went with the safe choice or like something that I normally enjoy, and that was a little out of my wheelhouse. Like the fruited stuff is typically out of my wheelhouse, but she made that choice. But anyways, so then we came back and they were talking, and I was like, "Hey, Ray," and she goes. And the woman that was pouring was with her. She goes, "That's the guy I was telling you about. I told you he looked like one of us." Because then when she was pouring my beer, she goes, "Why do you look like one of us?" And I was like, I've known Tobias for like 20 years. Tobias is the head brewer and co-owner along with his wife, Ray. She's like, really? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I went to high school with his brother, and like, Tobias used to buy his beer in high school. Like, he was our guy. Him and their other friend that lived across the street that we called 21-year-old guy that would always go to the store for us.
Good old 21-year-old guy.
Is the statute of limitations gone now?
I think so.
Yeah. But anyways, it was like, yeah, it was cool. So then Ray came back and we just like chatted with her for a little bit. Just kind of talking about the beer, and just, she was telling us about Tobias's, disdain for like large events. I think she was like, yeah, this is not his thing. He would not like this. And I was like, I totally get it. Like, there's a lot going on right here right now. And, I feel a little overwhelmed myself. But yeah, it was great. It was great to chat with them. And she kind
I
of
would love to meet up with them sometime, because I've had a couple beers from them, but Hexed, which I just had to look it up, but Blackberry Apricot Ale.
Oh yeah,
was really good. Like, it's like, so when like my like pinnacle of fruit beers is New Glarus.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I feel like I had that, and it was one of those ones where it tastes like the real fruit. Like, you can taste the beer and you taste like real fruit. It doesn't taste like fruit syrup or anything like that. Like, it was like really good.
Yeah, it blows my mind because places like that, like, there's a lot of people that I could say, oh, have you heard of Rabbit? And they'd be like, no. Yeah, they're a smaller brewery and they don't distribute really. They do some distribution. There's a couple places on the north side that actually get cans from them. But yeah, it was just like, when they opened up, kind of like a sleeper brewery, like nobody knew. They just popped up, and they've been going strong, man. They've been killing it. Their
hard seltzers are also very good. As a guy who likes seltzers, their hard seltzers were very, very tasty.
Yeah, because we had them on it was like February or March. It was for our 50th episode.
Episode 50. They were supposed to be on episode 1.
Yep. Yeah. So recapping that, the first episode we were ever going to record was going to be at Rabbit in the brewery. And it was during our Christmas break, and I got sick and I was just feeling like crap.
As did I.
And then Tony was like, yeah, I'm not feeling great either. So I was like, yeah, dude, sorry, we got to cancel. We'll get you back. We'll reschedule. Soon. And
50 episodes later, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. And then we ended up talking to Aaron from Moore, because Matt from Old Irving brought us over there. He's like, oh, there's Aaron. He's like, oh, let's go meet him. So we kind of chatted up with him, and he was telling us about an event that they're putting on.
Yes.
I think in Huntley, right? They're doing it at the Huntley location.
Yeah.
And somebody was telling them that they couldn't sell tickets or whatever, like for the amount of people that they wanted, and they released tickets and they sold a whole bunch of tickets.
Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah. And then like Worlds Collide, he's, he knows my cousin, because my cousin's a musician and he's a musician. I guess he used to play in bands and stuff like that. So small world. But we got his info. I think we got his card too, right?
I think so. Check your bag.
Well, I took him out last. I think we got like 2 or 3 cards, and they're laying on the table.
So his face is on that the NBA Jam beer that they did with Listerman. Boom Shakalaka or whatever it was called.
Boom Shakalaka.
Yeah, so that's kind of like where we ended. But I do want to give a special shout out, because a beer that I had that I was not hesitant to try, but Energy City was there. And I've never had an Energy City beer. And I was like, I think they're like they do like the smoothie stuff. They're kind of like in that wheelhouse.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Like, people go crazy for like, 450 Brewing out in Indiana that does like the slushy beers.
Especially when they explode in your car.
Yeah. I think they pasteurize now, so I don't think that happens anymore.
They do.
But I did have from them their Bistro Cabana, which was a pineapple and passion fruit. Says it was a Berliner style Weiss beer with pineapple and passion fruit, and that was fucking amazing.
It was like drinking a can of juice.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good. Like if you like fruit and you want a little alcohol in there and you don't want to just make it daiquiri, that's the way to go.
But I'm like, that's like, all right.
It's not a knock, by the way.
If I see that, like,
I mean,
but that's like stuff like that's something my wife would like. And I think that's kind of why I'm at the point now where I kind of stretch out and I do beers like that, because I know it's like, right, they're not my favorite, but I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
But it's also things that I know my wife would probably enjoy. So I like to taste test. And if I have it and I really don't like it, then I know she probably wouldn't like it.
Then he gives it to me.
Yeah. But you tried it. It was
good. No,
it was surprisingly like super tasty and literally like drinking juice. So
Brandon, we're gonna have your own side Bart, how I have rants, and we make Clark recap an episode. We're gonna choose a beer in an episode and good. Will Brandon's wife drink it? Okay, crickets mean we're not doing that segment.
Bad segment.
Aye. What was I gonna say here? So with it being, Monday that this episode's out, two things have been missed now of Illinois Craft Beer Week, and hopefully everybody here in Illinois have done it. Saturday was patio parties where get on out and post a pic with Illinois beers on a brewery patio and tag Illinois Craft Beer on Instagram for a chance to be featured on their stories, which they did a lot of. And tomorrow, well, yesterday when this came out, is Small Brewery Sunday, and they're challenging all beer lovers to skip the grocery store and stock the fridge with a craft beer run to a small brewery in your community. Supporting local breweries means supporting jobs and economic growth in your neighborhood, which I am going to do tomorrow by heading over to Printers Row to grab a 6-pack of their collaboration with Lake Effect. I don't know the name off the top of my head. If someone can look that up while I'm stalling, that would be awesome. But I know it is a pale ale with Econaut, EUKONOT.
It's an Equinaut, but they had to change the spelling because of some cease and desist or something.
Oh, really? Yeah. That makes sense.
It's called the Pulitzer Pale.
Thank you. So, and I'm a big fan. I mean, it's a straightforward pale ale. And Brandon and I checked out Printers Row when they had their like soft grand opening a year ago. And we went the day they opened and had some beers there, and that was pretty fun. And then we went to Brandon's house and drank more, and that just got out of hand, like it normally does with me and Brandon. So yeah, you guys, I hope you did that yesterday. If you didn't, well,
losers.
Thank you, Dan. Wow, Dan coming in hot. Appreciate it. Thank you. So today, Monday, May 16th, is the Passport Kickoff. The race is on to get to your local brewery. Pick up your summer passport frames and start posting with hashtag IL Summer Passport. More information if you go to illinoisbeer.org/icbw.html. You probably don't need the HTML. Tuesday, Dan already has this glass. It's Keep the Glass fundraiser. For once, you get to drink the beer and keep the glass. I don't know if it's for once. I mean, that's a lot of places let you do that.
Did we say where you got the glass from?
Pilot project.
Okay.
Yeah, the speakeasy we didn't go to.
Lots of corn.
Support your local brewery and the Illinois Craft Beer Guild by purchasing a limited edition 16-ounce pint glass designed especially for Illinois craft beer drinkers. Available for a limited time only at participating breweries. I know Old Irving and Alarmist and obviously Pilot Project. I know of those who are participating. I don't know of anybody else off the top of my head. Do you guys know of anybody else who's doing it? No.
I saw somebody just post it today, but I don't remember who it was now.
I feel like it's a lot. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try and go into that. Maybe I can drag my mom over to Old Irving and get whatever they're featuring this week. This month, I mean. Wednesday, May 18th is Pay It Forward. This week, buy a beer for a friend. What? We always do that though on this show. Leave an extra tip for your bartender or post a positive review of your favorite brewery. We do all of those things. Pay it forward for all the folks in the hospitality who helped us get through the last 2 years. It's true though. So don't be a douchebag. Go out and keep supporting all those local places and, just be a good person. On Thursday, May 19th, it's Day of Action. Help Illinois breweries win the right to ship their craft beer product directly to consumers, which is something, as you know, during the pandemic was a big deal. And a lot of breweries benefited greatly from that. And that's why they're still open, because they got to do that. So let's see. Oh, yeah. It says just like Illinois wineries do. So why can't the breweries do it? I don't know. Direct to consumer.
Yeah, I saw, Mike from was posting about reaching out to your legislator.
Absolutely. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna post the shit out of this one because it's awesome. Direct to consumer shipping represents a huge opportunity for small and independent breweries to share their beer with consumers all over the country. Today, we ask all Illinois craft beer fans to send an email to legislators asking them to support direct consumer shipping. So we're gonna throw something together to post and
Yeah, and for Myke, he was like, it wasn't he was shipping it, but he would like drive himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lake Effect did. There was
Yeah.
Lake Effect did it. I worked with them during it to go drop off
Yeah.
orders for people.
I got a few deliveries
awesome.
from them, but you were not one of them.
I'm glad that was the case. And then Friday, IMBIBE. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Illinois beer enthusiast. That's just encouraging you to become a member of the enthusiast program to get exclusive access to pre-sale tickets, discounts, member-only events, branded gear, and more. All this information, like I said, is available at illinoisbeer.org/ICBW. You don't need the .html. It'll just bring you there. So if you guys in Illinois or nearby, without those places and living where we are, I don't know if we would have this type of show. We're very lucky to live in Chicago, number one, but Illinois itself just has a lot of great breweries. So this is the time to celebrate the things that we love about beer and our community and to make sure that it keeps going strong for many years to come so that we can keep providing a show of this caliber because it's so high and so great when we have people like Dan hosting with us. We can keep on doing this. Dan, that was actually, yeah, well, hey, man, that was props to you. Do you guys remember?
I want to ask you too a question based off of that statement. Just curious, what's the furthest brewery you guys have visited in Illinois?
Holzlager.
Holzlager, yeah.
Where's that again?
Woodstock.
Oh, okay. Mine's definitely the Springfield ones, which I would have to look up the names of all of them I've been to.
But well, for the show, Holzlager.
Yeah.
Oh no, I meant like in general, like breweries you've been to. That's like the furthest away, maybe from like home base.
That's a good question.
I've been to Galena Brewing.
Mine, I think, is still
so. Mine is the Springfield breweries. So I've been to Anvil and Forge, Buzz Bomb, and Obed and Isaac.
It doesn't count because you have to work there sometimes.
Also, was this just a way you like to give like a super flex on us? Like, hey,
no, I was just like,
I
want to go to Scratch like really bad. That would be like, it's like, it's like, I don't know, 5.5 hours away.
There's a bunch of breweries that I would like to just take a road trip out somewhere to go and
one
visit.
we didn't do, which because we were extremely exhausted and it was just a whirlwind of a weekend, is when we drove down to the Mount Vernon Fest. There is a brewery in that town, and like the winners of that fest got to brew their beer there. We did not win, obviously.
Should have, but whatever.
But I think we got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, loaded up beer and everything into the car, and we all drove. Me, you, and Mike, Tony, and Mike drove down there. We poured our beer. We had a hotel room. We were planning on staying the night.
Went to B-Dubs, got some wings and fries.
Yeah, well, that's what we ended up doing. Like the event was over, and they had an after party at a bar nearby, and we kind of walked over there.
We had a beer, around. I think maybe.
We were just like. We were so tired and so hungry. We're like, let's go get food. So right next to our hotel was a Buffalo Wild Wings. We went there, ordered an insane amount of wings, sat there and ate, drank a couple beers there. And I think we literally just went back to the hotel and passed out because
I think we all went to sleep at like 7 or 8 o'clock and slept all the way through and got up early and went to Bob Evans.
Yes. We were up. It was like 6 a.m. We were up and we're like, let's go to Bob Evans. And I think we were the first people in the door.
We were. It was good. Yeah. But yeah, actually, a real quick shout out to the Mount Vernon homebrew competition. That's happening again this year. And they have, apparently they have way more homebrewers competing, and they have 4 local breweries nearby participating and also pouring beer there. So I would like to go back there at some point. That was just a hell of a trip. We'll have to plan it better next time, because that's about a 5.5 hour, 6 hour drive.
So it's happening this year again on June 4th, 12 to 5 p.m. And I believe tickets are still available.
Yeah, it's the last time they did it, it sold out right away. So yeah, shout out to those guys as well. They're in Illinois, so support Illinois craft beer. And you guys just go out to your breweries this week and support them.
Drink.
Yeah, just have some beers like we are right now. I wonder if like people listen to this in the morning, they're like, I want a beer. Like these guys make me want to drink a beer.
These guys told me to drink, so I'm going to drink.
I'm on my way to work in the morning. I want a beer.
And I listen to this and I'm like, I wish I had Brickstone 6 a.m. salted caramel. And
hopefully it's like because
stout.
Our descriptions make them want a beer, not just because they're like, fuck, these guys make you want to drink a beer.
I wonder if it's a good beer to drink during the summer is what now even more so people will be like, fuck, it's like 90 degrees. I want like a nice refreshing beer.
It's been way too hot the past couple of days for the
rest. It really has. It's going to be spring.
It's going to be goddamn ridiculous.
Hey, do you guys remember Clark?
No.
Who?
That's
Clint.
I've only met Clark one time.
That's insane. That is insane. Well, hey, we've got the part three.
Hilarious.
We do have the part 3 of the Bourbon County Build Your Own Media Kit happening at some point before the next release of Bourbon County. So you guys got that to look forward to. Clark will be around for that. But I think that's going to do it. This is still technically, I mean, not technically, but this is kind of really the start of Craft Beer Week for us because it's Saturday. But I hope you guys all enjoy it. I'm enjoying it so far. All I'm drinking is Illinois craft beers. Chicago craft beers mainly.
Yeah, man. I had 2 brothers earlier and I'm drinking this. So, keeping it local.
Keep it local, keep it real. And then, we've got some other stuff coming up with, you know what? Just look at just follow us on social media this week. You'll see some stuff on Friday.
I feel like this is a surprise for me too.
It's not, man. You're on the text thread. Shit's going down on Friday.
Oh.
God bless America. All right. Brandon, love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Dan, thanks for joining us today, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry, you don't have to thank me for having you. I mean, you're a part of the show.
You're basically welcome anytime.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. That's why we send the text to everybody who's available to do the episode. Come on the show.
Well, I appreciate the text.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Looking sharp.
Wait. Is Tony the only one without this in his shot? It's the Malting Hour logo, by the way.
Yeah. The towel's down. The towel is down.
Oh yeah. I was like, where'd the towel go?
The towel is normally.
Is it over the old style sign?
Yeah, it goes over the old style sign.
You have towels?
His wife got him one.
My wife got me a bar towel.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
my wife didn't give me a bar towel.
Well, didn't get anybody a bar towel, just me. Kind of a big deal. Oh, Dan's grabbing something else. What is it?
A bar towel.
Nice. Stickers, coasters. Do we give you a keychain too?
Yeah, you did.
We hooked you up with all the swag. You know what we need to get, guys? We gotta get some pint glasses next. That's the next thing.
Like a shaker pint glass?
Whatever, man. All I got a fucking Brandon got me a Malting Hour coffee, like travel coffee.
Yeah.
I wonder how much
the Trevis.
Yeah, thank you.
How much would a Teku glasses cost? I don't know.
It's a great
Probably
question.
not much.
That's something for us to figure out off mic. Thanks everybody for listening. We love you guys. Happy Illinois Craft Beer Week 2022. See you guys later.
Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all 3. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.